Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Oh! Yeah, I know I'm late. Blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, come on. Yes, just exit out of that. Sorry, I'm trying to get Emma on here. Hey, Emma, can you call me on my computer on Hangouts, please? Oh, God, I'm trying to get you on here, but I know I'm late. I'm 50 minutes late. It's gonna be a long night. Goodness gracious. It's not what I needed. No. Aha. Yes. Yeah, I hear ya. Calm your tits. What is up, chickadee? Why is it still doing the call thing?
I don't know.
It's being weird.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
It's just being stupid. Haha, it stopped. What is up? Okay, I know I'm late, blah, blah, blah. So, today we are going to be reading from chapter 23 to 30. This is going to be a long night.
Yep.
It's going to be fun. Alright, so what is up, my peeps? Bethany here. I am joined by...
Emma.
Yeah, she's going to be reacting to me reading Childish, since I'm not sure if she can read it with me. Oh my god, I am feeling sick. There's the remote to turn on the fan. Okay. Sorry, I'm really hot because I rushed upstairs and I ate quickly, so now I'm dying inside. Yeah. Oh god. Chapter 23, this is. Let me count real quick to make sure it's not chapter 24. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 23. It is chapter 24. FML, man, FML. Oh god, no. Oh god. Alright. What?
Great job.
Thank you. I tried.
You're welcome.
Oh my god. Alright. Chapter 24. Inner conflict. Tord stretched as he woke up. Huh? He didn't even remember falling asleep. He tried standing up, but something pulled him back down. Oh dear. He looked down to his left and saw Tom. Oh, okay. Asleep, clinging onto his leg. Seriously? Tord growled. He tried shaking Tom off of him, but was unsuccessful due to Tom's iron grip. Iron grip. The way I said it. Iron grip. His iron... Hello. His iron grip. I can't say it. I can't roll the R. I don't know why. His iron... Okay, I'm dying. Alright. Tord eventually resorted to just dragging Tom along with him towards the window. Tord managed to pull himself just enough to see through it. Oh, pull himself up. I'm dying.
Great English.
Thank you. I try. You can't blame me. I just had Chinese.
Are you okay?
Did you hear what I said?
No.
I said, you can't blame me. I just had Chinese. Speaking of Chinese, I have a fortune cookie I want to open. Lovely. Your efforts in a critical area will soon be rewarded. aka YouTube. Please tell me it's YouTube and not school. Screw school. I don't like school.
Why? School's for the weak.
School is for the weak.
Draw.
School is for the stupid. No offense. Considering I'm in school too, it's okay. Oh my gosh. So this is my second fortune cookie I opened, right? So basically, my first fortune cookie said, and I quote, "Tomorrow you will find what you have been looking for." And guess what I said? Guess what my reply was?
What?
My will to live. Obviously, that's nowhere to be found, so. Okay. I'm dying, I'm sorry. I am dying on the inside. Alright. It wasn't raining nearly as hard as it was yesterday, but from what he could tell, it was still drizzling. Thank goodness, they might be able to make a run for base. Well, after Tord woke up Tom, of course. Tord poked Tom's face as a first attempt, but got nothing in response. Tord, being the genius he is, decided to start viciously shaking his leg in an attempt to shake him off. Ow! Tom squealed, hitting his head on the concrete. Whoops, Tord chuckled. Mr. Tord, that was mean.
Mr. Tord.
Mr. Tord! The way I say it is so precious. Mr. Tord!
Why does he just call him Tord? Why is it Mr. Tord?
I mean, I call my adult friend Miss Liz, even though she's my friend and I don't have to call her Miss or else that makes her feel old. But still. Ha! A little fox didn't go to school today. Good for you. Would you like a fox cookie? I'm sorry, I'm so mean. Oh, lordy. Holy crap, I'm sweating like a doctor's coming to saw my freaking legs off. Alright. There's hair in the back of my throat. Tom released Tord and began rubbing the back of his head. Oh, God, I didn't mess up your stitches, did I? Tord panicked. I don't think so, Tom replied. However... Oh, God, Mom's on the phone with billing. She's just yelling, cable, 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 cable. And I'm like, oh God, she's going to start yelling soon.
Why is she yelling cable over and over again?
Because the lady's stupid. Well, not the lady, but the robot is very stupid. So she has to constantly say it over and over again, or else it's like, I'm sorry, can you please say that again? I'm like, oh God. Alright, holy crap, ow, son of a... I just stubbed my toe on the most stupidest spot. The tallest drawer.
Great job for you.
Thank you. Alright. Oh, poor little fox. They're sick. Well, I think I might be getting sick too. I blame JJ. She has the flu.
Already was sick.
I'm gonna get you sick from the phone.
Yeah.
The next day you're throwing up. Dang it, LG! Alright, let me see.
That'd be weird if that actually happens.
I know. Tom replied. However, it sounded more like a question than an actual response. Let me see. Tord sighed. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Do you know what bedfellows is?
No.
Dang, you wouldn't get my reference that I was making. Okay. Okay. Tom turned around so Tord could see the old wound. Tord was relieved to see the stitches were still completely unaffected. Thank goodness. I completely forgot those were even there, Tord admitted. TV, whatever you are, stop. It blinked, and I don't like it. Ben, get out of my computer, you... What?
The eyes on your TV?
What?
You said it blinked.
Yeah, it blinked. You are amazing. I like you.
Thank you.
Okay. You're really cool. Alright. Tor didn't want Tom to get hurt yet. Yet. Little does he know he will soon fall in love with Tom. I mean, what? Dabs. Dabs. Because I'm the cringiest YouTuber ever. Other than Keemstar. Keemstar is pretty cringy.
There's other cringy YouTubers.
Like who? Me, and me.
No, Derek Gerard.
Oh? Never heard of him.
Oh, you haven't?
No. I live on the neutral side of YouTube. And then there was that one smut chapter that I read and died while reading.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my god, I feel like dying now. Bye. Walks away.
Paul and Patrick is the best couple.
Patrick is the name, and it's adorable, and I love it, and yeah. Holy crap. Yeah, so, I'm sorry, I lost my concentration. Where was I? I started playing with this broken little shard. Not doing anything in particular, but...
Class?
What? Maybe.
Shard class?
Maybe.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
I'm never sure, okay? Okay.
Which one? If I just start saying a boot instead of a boat. It's a boot, respect.
It's a boot's respect. A boot to the head. He gets a boot to the head. Wait, what? Oh! Ow! I face planted. In my hand. Thank you, I try. Alright. Once they reversed that stupid potion, however, Tord was going to torture. I just made that up. He was going to torture Tom for the rest of...
Paul.
Like what?
The Paul. You said that in one of your live streams.
I did?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
It was funny saying the Paul, and you said...
Right, now I remember that. I was like, the Paul. Alright. Oh, here comes the cute part. Tord was going to torture Tom for the rest of his life. Might as well save the fun for later. Mr. Tord, are you alright? Tom asked. What? Yes, I'm fine. If you say so. Wait, why did you want to wake me up? Why did you wake me up? Fuck me!
I don't think I would like to do that.
Just like, what? Tom, no. Tom, you innocent baby, stop. Tom, why? Alright. It's not raining as much as it was yesterday. I think we can get to the base as long as we're quick. Oh, alright. Tom sighed. What's wrong? Tord asked. Nothing, just... Is the storm coming back? Tom whispered. Probably. Tord suggested. As the base is all in ruins, I'm just saying. Cause I've had like some hindsight. Well, not hindsight, but you know, like I can guess what's going to happen next. So I'm just guessing. I'm probably wrong though.
You can read the future.
I can read the future. Like, I've guessed multiple things in this book that were going to happen that actually happened. Like, I did it on camera, too. Like, remember that one Paul trick where I said a Paul? So, I did guess, and next they fucked.
That might happen in this one as well.
Oh, lordy. Tomtord fuck. Peculum smash. What?
You ready for that?
No, I'm never gonna be ready. I'm gonna die. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go die in a hole. Bye.
Inside.
What?
I'm dead inside.
I'm dead outside. Wait.
So you smell like a zombie.
I haven't taken a shower in 3 days, so probably.
Neither have I.
Alright, I'm sorry, you
Actually, I think
guys.
it's longer.
What?
I think it's longer. I think it was like last Monday.
Alright.
No, the Monday before that, actually.
Okay. Well, let's get back to reading. Tord shrugged. Clearly, that wasn't what Tom wanted to hear. He began shaking uncontrollably, and it was obvious that he was trying to hold back tears. Does that mean... I know, the baby! Does that mean the thunder is coming back? Tom stuttered. Well, duh! Tord chuckled. Damn it, Tord! No! Fucking asshat. Tord is an asshat.
Well, yeah, he's gonna torture Tom after this.
I'm sorry. Oh my god. Alright.
But I think it turns back into his adult, Tord's gonna fall in love with him.
Probably. I'm just saying, considering there is a Christmas special, or To the Rescue. I was thinking about the last one. I was thinking about the last book. Yeah, I don't think there's a Christmas special in here.
It's not Christmas anymore.
There is no Christmas. Burn it. Burn it to the ground.
Yes.
Yes.
Die every time.
It will die in the fiery pits of hell. My Christ. Alright. Tom couldn't hold it anymore. Tord had never seen so many tears in his life. Rather than do anything, Tord stood still with his arms crossed. Asshat. Tord was well aware that he had been getting close to Tom. It just wasn't healthy. Yesterday was especially an eye-opener for him. He had to distance him.
Like mentally or physically?
Both. Oh god, I spit all over my phone. He had to distance himself from Tom more often. My god, my nose. Why would you say that, Mr. Tord? It's gonna get me. The thunder's gonna get me. It's gonna get me, and then I'll never see you. I know. I'll never see Mr. Tord again. Tom cried out between sobs. Oh, God. Tord felt a sharp sting in his heart. Ugh. I know. Just stab. Just, ugh. He shouldn't be letting Tom's words get to him like this. Even though he felt horrible, he managed to keep a straight face. Why didn't he keep a gay face? Kill me. Alright.
Can we arranged?
Please? Oh my god.
Ticket for me to come over there?
Yeah, sure. Yo, okay, so there's this funny Minecraft story I have to say really quick. It's only like a few sentences. Paragraphs. Alright, so paragraphs. So basically, I was playing Minecraft with my friend Cadit, one of her online friends, and he started hitting me in Minecraft, and I said, harder, daddy. And he stopped and was like, wait, what? What?
I thought he was flirting with you, like hitting on you.
Hey! No, he was legit hitting me. Like, ooh. Okay, I am so sorry, you guys. I'm kind of getting off topic. Then again, I just had a joke in my head.
Here, this happens.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Here for so much longer than we're supposed to.
Yeah. About, like, last time, it was like, what, an hour and a half when it was only supposed to be an hour?
Probably.
Yeah. Alright. Come on, Thomas. We don't have all day. We need to go back to the base. Toward Thomas. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. If you don't have a childhood, you won't get that.
childhood, so I don't get that.
What? You don't know Thomas the Train?
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah, that's the theme song. Jesus Christ. Alright. Tord said in a sharp, cold tone. Tord refused to spoil Tom anymore. If he wanted to run away, that was his problem. Tord could easily prevent him from escaping. Thomas? Oh no. Oh. Thomas? Oh no, you're calling me that again? Mr. Tord, I'm sorry for whatever I did. Just please don't make me go out there. I didn't want the thunder to take me from you. I didn't want anything to take me from you. Oh, oh the baby.
The baby cry, Tord.
You turtle. You turtle.
You turtle.
You turtle. You're a turtle.
You tortoise.
No one likes tortoises, especially you. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm cracking myself up. I guess you could say that I'm pretty full of yolks.
That was a pretty scrambly joke.
You are so cool. I always crack myself up.
Scrambled.
I tend to crack myself up.
Excellent.
Oh my lord.
Kidding me crazy.
Everyone's probably cringing by now.
But we lost some people.
Alright. Tom had given up on standing and was now sprawled out on the ground, a small puddle of tears forming around him. Oh. Oh. Tord's mind told him to stand his ground, but his heart? Practically broken at this point. Tord ran over to Tom and hugged him, tears running down his face as well. I just made the dogs bark. I'm fucked.
Good job, you. I don't have a dog. I have a cat that's evil.
Oh no, you made the cat bark. How is that possible?
My cat talks to me.
Oh?
I'll meow to it and it meows back to me.
That happens to me all the time. Alright, here's the cute part. Tord ran over to Tom and hugged him, tears running down his face as well. It's okay, Tom, it's okay. You're alright, I'm so sorry, Tord whispered. He began patting Tom's back in an attempt to comfort him. Tom began hugging back and sobbing into his hoodie. The baby! Well,
You've messed up, man.
you done fucked up, boy. Well, this was an all too familiar sight. Tord couldn't believe he had let himself do this again. However, some concealed part of him didn't care. Mr. Tord? Why did...
Mr. Tord?
Mr. Tord? Why did you say such mean things? Tom asked, still sniffling. I'm sorry, Tom. I didn't want to upset you. Tord sighed. Oh my god, what was he doing right now?
Mommy keeps sighing all over the place in the last one.
Oh god, I'm dying. Where are my headphones? Well, then again, I can't wear headphones because then they won't be able to hear you. Shook. Mr. Tord, do we still have to leave? I'm afraid so, Tom. But shh, it's alright, Tom. No matter what happens out there, I'll protect you, okay? Tord smiles. Why couldn't he stop himself? He normally hated children. Not to mention this was Tom. Okay. Thomas. Da 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 da. Dabs. Da 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 da. Y'all don't know, but I'm dabbing like a maniac right now. What?
There's memes on Tom's face on Tom's thing.
Oh god, yeah. I watched one of those earlier. Oh my gosh, I also watched a Hamilton. You simply must meet Thomas! And it showed Thomas the Train, and I was like, oh god. What? Oh god. Alright.
I like trains, and Tom just walks up.
Alright. Okay. As long as you're with me, Mr. Tord. Tom grinned up at Tord, his face still stained with tears. Tord took another look outside. The rain had started coming down harder, but it still seemed manageable. Tord looked back at Tom, who still seemed scared. Tord sighed and held out his arms. "Tom, do you want me to carry you?" he asked. "You do that, Mr. Tord?" It's so cute.
Sean, why are you doing this? You want to torture him, you can't be doing this.
Yeah, you can't get your torture done.
Oh god, I can't think of puns to follow that up.
You know what?
It's just too punny.
I guess you could say Tom would meet his demise.
Oh god. Oh god. Excellent.
Thank you. Hold on, I just had a mad joke. No! I guess you could say I have pretty good material. Oh god, we gotta stop. It's already been 30 minutes. And I'm not even done with this chapter. Oh my god, it's 9/11.
We're gonna be here for 4 hours.
Yeah, we are though. Alright.
So mad.
Tom gasped. Tord was about to say no, but he... Tord gasped. Wait, Tom gasped, but Tord was about to say no, but he figured he was in too deep already. Sure, why not? Tord sighed. Yay! Yeah! Yay! Yeah! 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 Okay. Yay! Thank you, Mr. Tord.
I have to be kind of quiet because my mom's in the bathroom.
Okay. My mom's in the next room over.
Yeah.
Not to mention she's on the phone with billing, so it's like she would burst in the room, "Bethany!" And I'd be like, "Oh Lord, me." Alright. Tom jumped into Tord's arms, nearly knocking him over. Tord began walking towards the door, when something distracted him. "1 second, Tom." Tord put Tom down and walked towards the corner of the room. "What is it, Mr. Tord?" Tom asked. Just as I thought." Tord chuckled. He bent over and picked up an object that had gotten his attention. Tom was curious. Tom was curious. Tord turned around to reveal a small, ragged looking stuffed bear in his hands. It's Tommy Bear.
I know.
Oh! It was brown with spiked hair and a single line across its face. "Do you remember this at least?" Tord grinned. "Tommy Bear!" Tom squealed. He snatched the bear from Tord's hands, practically crushing the poor thing in an embrace. I never understood why you had such a connection with that raggedy thing." Tord sighed. "Hey, Tommy Bear isn't raggedy. He's loved," Tom pouted. "Yeah, whatever."
Mom just came in my room.
Oh?
Yeah, good thing I have headphones on.
I was about to say something, but I'm not, considering I'm on YouTube. Like, I moved my mic closer to my mouth, and then I realized, wait, this is going on YouTube. I'm gonna regret it. Alright. Yeah, whatever. Just come here. Tord held out his arms once more. Tom, once again, happily jumped into his arms. Tommy Bear clutched to his chest.
Like an old married couple.
Aww. "Let's go!" Tom giggled, feeling much better with Tord and Tommy Bear with him. Tord nodded and practically kicked down the door. Yeet!
Like an old married couple.
Yeah. He held Tom so that he was pretty much being cradled. Yep. Tord leaned over him so he wouldn't get wet.
That wetness.
He's moist. Alright. Why do I do these things for you? Tord muttered to himself.
I loved him.
I know. Unfortunately for him, Tom had actually heard him. Why? Well, duh. It's because you're the best. You're the best in the whole wide world. Tommy Bear thinks so as well. Tom laughed. He held Tommy Bear's head. What?
You messed up, Tord.
You done messed up, Tord. He held Tommy Bear's head and forced him to nod. I don't want to do this. He forced him to nod. Like, Tommy Bear was like, I'm not going to move my head. He then made Tommy Bear kiss Tord on the cheek. Tommy Bear, you can't do that. Oh, Mr. Tord's my best friend. Tom grinned as he messed around. Tord simply rolled his eyes and continued running towards the base. Finally, they got to the front door, but the keypad they normally used to type in the password was powered down. Tord growled and shifted Tom so that he was only being held up by one arm. His robotic arm that currently occupied currently occupied with banging on the door in front of boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Paul, Patrick, if either of you can hear me, open the door. Open the door. He stopped. Tord practically screamed. The door opened to reveal the concerned looking medic. Oh, Red Leader, sir. My apologies. Come right in. The medic moved aside, letting his leader in. Hello. Hi, everyone.
Not the medic.
Die, medic, die. Nobody loves you, medic. Go die in a hole.
Not even an innocent child loves you.
For real. Alright. Tord sat Tom down, stretching his non-robotic arm to relieve some of the stress he had put on it. Tord suddenly remembered what Tom had told him previously, the previous night. He had told him about Ed and Matt nearly taking him on Paul and Patrick's watch. Y'all done messed up. Tord turned towards the medic. What? I do English, bro. Tord turned towards the medic with a look that could probably kill an entire village. Where are Paul and Patrick? He asked, baring his teeth. Grr. Grr. Chapter 25. The Truth.
Oh, I got on the second chapter. Finally.
It's only been 33 minutes. Oh God.
I'm here all night.
I know, we are gonna be here all night. The researcher sat with Paul and Pat. Don't die on me!
Sorry. I already did.
Oh no. The researcher sat with Paul and Patrick on the floor, patiently waiting for the medic to come back. He had said something about hearing someone at the door, but that was just crazy. No one in their right mind would be out during a storm like this. Good thing Tord has a left mind. Ow!
That's what you deserve.
Shut up. I only deserve sadness. Wait. That was sadness. All around me are familiar faces. Copyright. All around me are familiar faces and copyright. And copyright.
Nothing's being copyrighted now.
Oh no. Alright. But no one in their right mind would be out during a storm like this. But the medic simply insisted. Patrick suggested he take out a gun with him and just in case it was someone dangerous. But once again, the medic refused. Remind me why Remind me, what is the point of this game again? Oh my god.
Is it spin the bottle?
Probably. Oh my gosh. Ow. I need to plug in my computer, or else it's gonna be dead.
You don't want to lose Emma.
It's gonna be dead.
Emma.
What?
The magnificent Emma.
No. Right, that's not where the computer is plugged in. Oh, I'm stupid.
You're not stupid, you're smarter than me.
I'm not smarter than you.
You know how to read.
You know how to read. Plus, I'm not sure if you can even call this reading.
I'm serious, I don't know how to read.
Wait, what?
I'm serious, my teachers never taught me how to read.
That's so stupid. Okay. Remind me, what is the point of this game again? The researcher asked, before they were interrupted by the supposed knock on the door. They were playing a cliche game of truth or dare. Oh. Heck if I know, Paul shrugged, reaching into his pocket for a cigarette. Patrick leaned over and smacked Paul's hand. We can't open any windows, moron. You're going to suffocate us all if you do that, Patrick scolded. We survived worse, Paul mumbled. Seriously, who suggested this game in the first place? The researcher asked. The meat shield. Paul chuckled. I do not understand why you insist calling him that, the researcher frowned. Well, if we're ever stuck in a battle... Yeah. Well, if we're ever stuck in a battle situation, that's all he is, a meat shield, Paul growled. No offense, but what is your problem? The medic is a kind man who only wishes to maintain our safety. He is a highly capable medic.
Was a girl.
No.
That would make him even whoopier.
For real.
He was a girl. No.
So why do you hate him? The researcher snapped. She refused to listen to Paul insult her friend any longer. Or is he just a friend? Is he just a friend? I mean, they are playing Truth or Dare, and he did. And he was the one to offer to play Truth or Dare. Just saying. Oh my god. If he's such a great medic, then why couldn't he help Pat? Paul yelled in her face. Patrick sighed, knowing exactly what Paul was talking about. Their last battle against the rebel groups caused many casualties and hundreds of injuries. And the medic could barely keep up with it. At one point, the medic had accidentally bandaged one of Patrick's wounds improperly, and the wound ended up getting infected. It was absolute torture, and Patrick could feel himself slowly dying the entire time. Oh God. Like me. So relatable. Except, I can always feel myself dying, so it's like, Paul had tried his best to support Patrick, but nothing he seemed to do, he seemed to work. Nothing he did seemed to work. Their leader even took pity on him at one point, offering to assist in amputating the infected limb. Patrick couldn't imagine life without a leg, and refused immediately, leaving him in excruciating pain. Fortunately, before the infection could kill him, the researcher and the head scientist managed to develop a special cure for him, saving his life. Rather than look on the bright side of things, however, Paul decided to stay submerged in anger, placing all of the blame on the poor medic. Will you two just cut it out? Paul, for the last time, it wasn't his fault. Researcher, I apologize for Paul's actions. Just please understand that he still feels bitter about the whole thing. Patrick shouted, trying his best to stop them before it got out of hand. I understand, the researcher nodded, calming herself down. Whatever, I'll keep my mouth shut for now, but that doesn't mean I forgive him, Paul practically growled.
You have to. He's still a wimp.
He is still a wimp. I mean, it would be even funnier if he had a fear of blood.
It would be so bad. Or fear of guts.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Jocelyn says hi.
Throwing up in cuts and wounds.
Yeah. Alright. That's better. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah, researcher. Truth or dare? Patrick chuckled. We're not waiting for the medic? The researcher asked. We are. I'm just bored. Patrick shrugged. Fine. Truth. The researcher replied. Alright. Oh! Who do you think is the most attractive person in the Red Army? Patrick sighed. Lame. Paul chuckled. Shut up. Patrick rolled his eyes. Well, the lead scientist is very attractive, not to mention she is very clever. She helped me with the research on multiple occasions, and I can honestly say that I'm grateful for Paul Patrick! Oh, just Paul Patrick! The researcher was interrupted by loud shouting coming from the entrance. Is that the Red Leader? Paul asked himself. His question was answered for him when Tord came stomping into the room, the medic and Tom trailing behind him. Sir! Patrick exclaimed.
Sir!
Sir! Quickly standing up and saluting. Paul saluted as well but refused to stand up. Why didn't you tell me Ed and Matt almost took Tom back? Tord screamed. Wait, what? Paul shouted. Paul and Patrick exchanged a concerned look. Clearly this was news to them. Mr. Tord, I don't think they actually know. Tom spoke up. What do you mean? Tord lowered his volume, as to not scare Tom. I didn't actually tell them. I didn't want them to worry, Tom admitted.
Tom, you messed up, bro.
You poor baby. Paul, Patrick, and the researcher prepared themselves for the worst. They patiently waited for Tord to snap on Tom. But to their surprise, nothing happened. Tord simply sighed and gently patted Tom's head. Please don't scare them please don't scare me like that, Tom. Next time, just tell me the whole story first, okay? Tord sighed. Tom nodded and shrugged, going back to messing around with his bear. I'm truly sorry, sir. We had no idea. What?
Messing around, eyebrow shuffles.
Finger guns. Ay. Why is my finger itchy?
That's a weird sentence to say.
Oh my god.
Why is my finger so itchy?
Why are my fingers itchy? Okay. Oh my god, there was this horrible time at camp, right? Camp Wasiga. Do you know 4-H?
Nope, I don't go to camp.
Gasp. Well, 4-H is a little school thing.
Only in the United States. I live in Canada.
Oh yeah. Well, there's this thing called 4-H. It's where you can go to camp and stuff, and like spend time, meet new friends, and go like wilderness challenges. I know, I was too, but now I'm here like, oh hi! But there was this one time in camp, right? It was summer, so there were a load of mosquitoes around. I came back with about 40 bites on me.
I don't get mosquito bites.
I'm gonna fight you.
I also don't.
I'm gonna fight you and wear your skin.
I'm gonna bite you.
Gasp.
My friend already bit me today.
Oh god. That must have been lovely.
We are friends.
What? Yeah, I have weird friends too.
Gay.
I am gay. Hi, I'm gay. It's nice to meet you.
So am I.
Hey!
Guys.
Hi, I'm gay. It's nice to meet you.
It's like, Dad, I'm hungry. Hi, hungry. I'm Dad.
Dad, why did you name me this way? Why did you name me this way? Okay, alright.
Everyone in the comments are just cringing.
Yeah. Alright. Patrick apologized. It's fine. Just don't let this happen again, Tord growled. Paul and Patrick were surprised with how calm their leader was being, but they slightly agreed not to say anything. Who are you? Who are you? Tom suddenly asked.
Are you?
Who are you?
I'm Sandwich.
Hey, that was a pretty sensational joke.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
Hey, you better catch up to my level. You better catch up to my level or muster the fact that you can't.
I can't be that loud. I'm trying to sleep.
I'm sorry, I'm dying.
Dying?
I am dying. Alright, who are you?
Die too.
Who are you? Tom suddenly asked, his interest being shifted towards the researcher. Ah, yes, I don't believe we formally met. Hello, Tom. My name is the researcher. The researcher explained.
What's my name?
Yeah, that's my name. My name is the, and then researcher.
First name, the last name, researcher.
Yeah. Hey, Thee, come here. What? Miss Researcher, come here. Alright. The medic had a worried look on his face. He was slightly praying that Tom wouldn't attack the researcher in any way. Hi! Tom waved. Seriously?
Hello.
So Tom only hated him? Great. The medic rolled his eyes. Red Leader, would you like me to interview Tom now? The researcher asked. Tord looked down at Tom, who was blissfully playing with his bear. Tom, the researcher is going to take you to another room and ask you a few questions, okay? Tord grinned. Paul chuckled. Either their leader was a fantastic actor, or he had completely forgotten about his entire purpose for kidnapping Tom. Okay.
This is what I'm saying.
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
For real. Okay.
Tord in love.
Tord is in love. Can you feel the love tonight?
Copyrighted.
Yeah, just suddenly YouTube smacks me in the face. Copyright me. Oh god. So I played Hamilton during one of my live streams, right? I said who it was by and the name of the musical. I got copyrighted. I was like, what?
So if I said Alex Hirsch, Crave, Gravity Falls, you get copyrighted.
Yeah. Alright. Okay. Wait, but where will you be, Mr. Tord? Tom whined. If you want,
Tord.
Mr. Tord? If you want, I can wait outside the door for you, Tord suggested. Alright, Tom agreed. Come with me, Tom. The researcher held out her hand, which Tom happily took. They walked down the hallway, Tom skipping along. You two. I will say that I'm glad you managed to fortify the base so quickly. Well done. However,
Not
I'm
even mentioning the medic.
Oh yeah. However, I need you to make sure no one tries to sneak in while we're vulnerable. Tord began, and Paul asked, I need you two to guard the entrance. Tord finished. What? We had to stand out in the storm? Paul was clearly freaked out. No, you can stay inside. I just need you two to stand by the door, Tord corrected. Oh. Paul let out a sigh of relief. Medic? Tord turned around to face the medic. Yes, sir? The medic quickly saluted upon hearing his name. Where's everyone else? Tord sighed. Oh, they're all in the barracks, I believe. I believe Satan has a hole for you. That's been stuck in my head all day.
What's stuck in my head? Pineapples are in my head.
Alright.
That's actually a song. It's called Pork Soda.
I know. By Sean Wasabi?
Creator.
Or who was it by?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was by Sean Wasabi. I might be stupid though.
I might get copyrighted for saying that.
Oh god! The copyright! It's burying me!
I thought this was tomtord fanfiction.
Oh my god! Guess what? So, basically, my mom's gonna take me tomorrow, and, it's gonna be cool.
What's hibachi?
Hibachi is I don't know what it is. It's like some kind of Japanese, Chinese restaurant. But they have delicious eel sushi.
Eel?
Eel sushi. It's really good. And I don't like sushi, so that's saying something.
And this is why I'm glad not to be in America.
Alright.
Jesus, I don't have to deal with sushi, eel, and Donald Trump.
You also have good Medicare.
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah, well, here it's like $2 billion. Right.
Well,
Hmm?
so they don't have good taxes.
You don't have taxes.
We have taxes, it pays for hospital bills.
So the taxes must be twice as much here, huh? As it is.
It's like 50 cents.
Bruh. I am so shook.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, Canada is bigger than the United States.
True. Alright. Wait. Where was I?
I think you were talking Tord was talking to the medic.
Right. Good. At least we know where everyone is. And the injuries to report? Tord asked again. No, none to report. Everyone is accounted for and no one is in the field. So injuries are highly unlikely right now. Are you sure about... Okay.
There's grenades.
Yeah.
On the floor somewhere.
Oh my god, I know. Suddenly, boom! A limb hits Tord in the face. What the...
Tom's playing with the grenades and pulls the
Pulls the little trigger thing. Yeah. Alright.
like slow motion. Everyone's running towards it saying, "Oh."
No. Yeah, my mom's in the other room and she just doesn't care.
Yeah, but no one cares. Becca, what are you doing? It's time to go to sleep. You want to take your TV and your phone and your iPad and computer away.
Alright. Good. You wouldn't know how to handle them anyways. Oh wait. Good, you wouldn't know how to handle them anyways, Paul scowled. The medic frowned and just walked away, not even listening to the rest of their leader's commands. Okay, Wait, hold on. Who's
Oh,
talking? Who's
why?
talking?
The maze. The medic's
Oh.
sad. Now you're never gonna get healed if you get hurt.
For real. Okay, this has gone long enough, Paul. I wasn't going to get involved since it was a personal matter. But now he is becoming disobedient, and I can't have that. Patrick, please talk to your boyfriend and keep him in check. I have business to take care of, Tord growled, following after Tom and the researcher. He's right, you know. You need to learn to forgive him. I'm fine now. Patrick sighed.
Nor acknowledge that they call them boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't care. Wait, oh my god! Listen to this. I don't care. Wait, what did he just say it was? Paul blushed. Oh god. Guess what this one's called? We still have like 5 chapters left. And it's already been an hour.
Well, 4 hours later.
Yeah, fuck my life, man. And everyone's probably going to bed by like 10.
Probably. You can watch it tomorrow. You have 2 things to watch tomorrow.
Alright. Chapter 26. A horrifying realization. The researcher tried leading Tom into her office, but once they got to the door, Tom simply refused to move on any further. Is something wrong, Tom? The researcher asked. Sorry, but can we maybe wait for Mr. Tord to catch up? I want to make sure he actually waits outside for me, Tom explained. The researcher nodded and patiently waited for her leader. The researcher was admittedly impressed with her leader for bonding with Tom so easily. I know, right?
Because they're a couple.
It's so cute. By the way, I shipped the researcher and the medic, just saying.
Yeah, so do I.
It's pretty freaking obvious. And Paltrick. Paltrick is cute. I just made the stupidest ship name for the researcher and the medic. Research stick. Oh god.
We're 2-year-olds.
We are 2-year-olds. Alright. Why are you still standing out here? Tord frowned as he walked up to the two. Hi, Mr. Tord. Sorry, I asked the researcher to wait for you, since she's a nice lady. Wait, hold on, hold up.
What?
Okay, so...
You thought the researcher was a guy?
No. It's obvious the researcher and the medic want to be a couple, but at the same time, the researcher likes the head scientist.
What?
You don't...
Is that what the next thing says?
No, but...
It says?
No, but seriously. The researcher likes the head scientist, but it's obvious the medic likes the researcher.
No, she said the most hottest guy. Or person.
They said person.
Yeah.
And the head scientist is a girl.
She thinks the scientist is hot, doesn't mean she doesn't like the medic.
Oh. Alright. Tord nodded. When Tom wasn't looking, Tord quickly gave the researcher a small thumbs up. Rather than respond in any way, the researcher rolled her eyes. Are you ready now, Tom? She smiled. Yeah, Mr. Tord, please wait for me. Don't leave. Tom pouted. Ugh.
Don't leave me.
Don't leave me. I won't. Do you want me to hold Tommy Bear for you? Tord chuckled. He meant it as a joke, but Tom looked like he was genuinely considering it. Nah, he'll be fine with me. Besides, Don't tell him I told you this, but I think Tommy Bear has a little crush on you.
Tom has a little crush on you.
I know, right? Tom whispered. He giggled and followed the researcher to her office. Tord shot her one last confused look, to which she simply responded with a shrug before closing the door. Very few people in the Red Army got their own office. The researcher was considered a valuable asset to the...
Valuable.
A valuable asset to the Army. Therefore, she was given one to conduct her research in. Her leader, Tord, had insisted on interviewing Tom in one of their makeshift interrogation rooms. Tommy Tord, yeah, it's so cute. Yes. Yes, Rockruff.
Someone complained about us just rambling for 10 minutes.
I know. It's already been an hour. Alright. Oh god. Rockruff is spamming no. Alright. But the researcher knew that the best way to get information from a child was to make them feel comfortable in their environment, which was much harder to do in a cold concrete interrogation room.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay, bye. I like some of your pictures. Oh, I like some of your pictures. Tom grinned as he scanned over some of the pictures the researcher had hung up on our walls. Thank you for saying so, Tom, the researcher replied. Oh, who's this? Tom asked. He was pointing to a picture of a woman in a lab coat, wearing a lab coat, jokingly sticking her tongue out at the camera while holding a test tube. That would be the lead scientist. I'm not sure you'll ever meet her or not. If you'll ever meet her or not, the researcher explained. Oh, that's too bad. She's really pretty, Tom giggled. Hey, I told you, Emma. Hey, I told you. She can't hear me, but I'm going to rub it in her face when she comes back. Yeah, she really is, the researcher sighed. Researcher? Tom waved one of his oversized sleeves in front of her face in an attempt to break her out of her trance. Fortunately, he was... Hey, guess what? Hey, guess what, Emma? So, the researcher admitted... Listen to this.
Him?
No, the researcher admitted that she liked the lead scientist.
Oh, no.
Listen to this. Alright. Oh, that's too bad. She's really pretty, Tom giggled. Yeah, she really is, the researcher sighed. Alright. Fortunately, he was successful in doing so. My apologies, the researcher stuttered. It's okay. So, are you good friends? Tom Alright. Tom asked. We're not exactly friends. We have more of a working relationship, if anything. I only ever ever see her when Red later suggests I go down to the lab and get some assistance. Sure, some of our exchanges could be considered friendly. It's just, she's just so... Ugh. The researcher sat down in her chair. Okay, so basically what's going on in the chat is Red Fox and Rockruff are saying, yes! No! Because Tommy Tord is what Red Fox said. Oh god, that's hilarious. Alright. The researcher sat down in her chair and had put her head up in her hands. Researcher? Tom walked over to her, clearly concerned. She's just too perfect. Sure, I have a highly intellect, but so does she. She's smart, beautiful, nice, and I'm just not good enough for her, the researcher mumbled. Tom put a hand... What about the medic, though? The researcher mumbled.
I'm telling the future right now, so everyone,
Yeah.
this is gonna happen.
Yeah, this is gonna happen. Tom put his hand on her shoulder. Well, I think you're pretty neat. Tom smiled. The researcher took a second to look at Tom. He was so kind. How was this the same monster her leader would always rant about during every debriefing? Yeah. Thank you, Tom. I'm sorry for worrying you like that. I really shouldn't be having this kind of breakdown in front of a child. The researcher chuckled, wiping a few stray tears on her face. Hey, just 'cause I'm little doesn't mean I'm stupid. Tom frowned. Of course not, Tom.
Sure about that.
Are you sure about that? The researcher chuckled. Hey, researcher? Yes, Tom. Is that your actual name? Heavens, no. However, Red Leader wishes not to be bothered with matters such as remembering names. And therefore, we go by our titles, the researcher explained. That's dumb. Can't I call you by your real name? Tom's head tilted slightly to the side. You may. However, I would not use my real name in front of the Red Leader. My name is Caroline. The paranormal little bit. What?
Caroline Jones.
Yeah. Caroline, in case you were wondering. The medic's name is David. Daryline. Daryline is the new ship name. Daryline.
Not just David. Why such a manly name for such a person?
I know, right? Why can't he be named like Trancy? You know Black Butler, right? Do you know Black Butler?
I've heard of it.
Alois Trancy. The cross-dressing little bastard. I love Alois Trancy, but still, he's kind of crazy. I named my dog Alois after, like, the anime. I'm like, rip.
You named your cat after a tomtord.
I know, he told me. Alright. Thanks, but I'd rather just call him Meat Shield, like Pat. I mean, Paul. Tom grinned. Oh, yes, because he is such a fantastic role model. The researcher scoffed sarcastically. If you don't mind me asking, what's her name? Tom pointed towards the lead scientist's picture once more. Amelia. Amelia, the researcher quietly replied. Oh, sorry, Caroline, I forgot. Wasn't there a reason you brought me here? Tom chuckled. Yeah, thank you for reminding me, Tom. I'm just going to ask you a few questions, okay? The researcher began. Can I go back to see Mr. Todd? Can I go back to Mr. Todd? Mr. Todd? Tom had a pleading look on his face. Then you can go back to Mr. Todd. The researcher nodded. Okay, fire away! Oh wait, these aren't going to be hard questions, are they? Tom panicked. No, Tom. I'm going to start by listing a few things, and you are going to tell me what feelings these bring out in you. Do you understand? The researcher asked. I think so, Tom replied. The researcher dug through one of her desk drawers and pulled out her many clipboards. A handwriting list. A handwriting list was clipped onto it. All right. I don't know. God. Oh my God, my neck is killing me. All right. A handwritten list was clipped onto it. All right, let's start with something simple. The medic. The researcher grinned. He makes me angry. I don't like him. Tom pouted and crossed his arms dramatically in order to get his point across. Unfortunately, young minds do tend to hold grudges for a longer period of time. However, worry not.
Like him.
However, worry not. I'm positive that you will eventually learn how polite the medic really is. The researcher sighed, scribbling down notes next to the medic's name. Doubt it, Tom mumbled under his breath. The researcher looked down back at her list and then back up at Tom. She sighed and flipped her paper over to a blank side. I made an entire list of words, but you know what? I'm not going to use them for once. I'm actually going to wing it.
Wing it? Did you die?
Oh god, yeah, the comments are killing me. Oh my gosh, hold on. Oh god. Sorry, I'm going behind my TV where I can relax my head. Crap. Alright. The researcher chuckled. Tom grinned. Oh god. Tom grinned at her and nodded. Alright, he exclaimed. Oh, excuse me. The researcher saw the stuffed bear Tom had clutched to his chest and brought back back to what the red leader called it. Tommy Bear. Alright.
Tommy Bear.
Yeah. Alright. Let's try another easy one. Tommy Bear. That's easy. Tommy Bear is one of my best friends. He's nice to me, he's soft and makes me feel safe. And he agrees to everything I say. See? Tom forced Tommy Bear to nod. I don't want to do this anymore.
That poor baby bear.
I know. Oh god.
Poor baby that says no.
Yeah. You two seem to be partners in crime, the researcher laughed. Mm-hmm, Tom agreed. What about Paul? Paul is the coolest. He doesn't care about anything, and he's totally a rule breaker. Well, no, he does care about me and Patrick. So if anything makes me feel cool as... So he makes me feel cool as well, Tom explained. Speaking of Patrick, let's do him next. Making sure my TV thing is okay. I know. It's gonna be a long night. It's already been like an hour and 12 minutes, so it's gonna be fun. And we still have 4 chapters left. Wait, no, we were reading to regrets galore, right?
I believe so. Chapter 30.
Hold on. That's 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. No, I'm reading that wrong. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So we're reading till ripped.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how you know I know how to count. I did count wrong at first, but kill me. Alright.
Chapters.
Yeah. So 5 more chapters.
Okay.
4 more. Yeah, you're right. Hold on, I think I counted wrong again. So if that's 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. No. So we're on 25. Wait, hold on. We're on 26, so yeah, 4 more chapters. Yeah, so I can count. That's how you know I can count. Alright. Speaking of Patrick, let's do him next. Okay, well, he follows the rules for the most part. He seems to let himself relax a little when he's with Paul, and I know he totally cares for me. In fact, he sort of reminds me of my mother. So basically, he makes me feel nurtured. Is that the right word? Is that the right word? Either way, I still get what you're saying I still get what it is you're trying to describe. Good, Tom smiled. The researcher silently tried to think of more words when the rain pounded against the wall and gave her an idea. "What about rain?" she asked. "And I actually kind of like the rain. Lightning? It's pretty cool looking. Tornadoes? What's a tornado?" "Okay, well, what about thunder?" the researcher sighed. "Oh, I'm kind of scared of thunder," Tom replied, barely above a whisper. "Really? Well, I suppose it isn't too uncommon for someone your age." The researcher nodded thoughtfully and jotted what? Some more notes down on the blank side of her list. "We actually got stuck in a building during the storm," Tom began. "By we, I assume you and the Red Leader?" the researcher guessed. "Yeah, but there was a lot of thunder and it was super scary. Then Mr. Tord, he let me hug him and he comforted me. And I felt all better again." Tom had a happy look on his face. The researcher saw this perfect opportunity and dropped the bombshell. "Tom, what do you feel about the Red Leader?" she asked. "Mr. Tord? Where do I begin? Well, he makes me happy, but scared at the same time. He makes me feel all warm inside, but sad at the same time. He makes me feel a lot of different things. But in the end, I love Mr. Tord. He's my best friend in the whole wide world. And I never want to leave his side," Tom declared with a warm smile. Not an ounce of hatred in him. Wait. Oh no. The researcher had just come to a horrifying realization. Based on what the Red Leader told her, Tom was once a very hateful man who did nothing but drink whenever his anger got out of control. Most of that hate was actually directed to her leader in some way, shape, or form. The one emotion the time reversal potion had taken away from him was true animosity towards her leader. They had to recreate that animosity in order to turn Tom back to normal. They would have to get Tom to hate Tord again. However, something told the researcher. Are you still there? I think she died. Yeah, she probably died. Oh, fuck. Oh, I know what happened. Freaking stupid thing, you know, the thing. Fine, fuck you too. It looks like Emma accidentally got out. Okay, let's just finish this. However, something told the researcher that the only way to do that at this point was for the Red Leader to completely shatter poor Tom's heart. She was scared. For once, she didn't want to give her feelings to her leader, but deep down, she knew she had to. "Caroline, you alright?" Tom asked. "What? Oh, yes, Tom. I'm fine. Just fine." The researcher wanted nothing more than to burn every written piece of information she had on Tom, so that her leader could never find any of it to use against him. But she'd be executed if she did so. She knew that. Then she'd never see Amelia again. She was hurting, so why did she still want to do it anyways? Ah, gracious. Oh yeah, I have that app. Great, jeez. I want that choker right there, the 88% off choker, yeah. I'm sorry, yeah. You know the one that looks like a dog collar? Yeah. Alright. Chapter 27. Chapter 27, The Waiting Game. Tord watched as Tom and the researcher disappeared in the researcher's office. Tom asked him to wait for him, but why would he? He was a natural leader. He didn't receive orders. He gave them. He could do however he pleased. Okay. Well, maybe he wanted to wait, but that was his decision, not Tom's. Tord decided to lean up against the wall and stare at the floor for a bit, zoning out. Why was he so willing to wait for Tom? What? Alright. Sure, it was in his best interest to make Tom feel comfortable, but there was nothing physical stopping Tord from... I know, Emma! I can't reply right now. Okay. I don't want to get up, though. Hold on, guys. Okay, let me go here. And then exit that out. With Internet Explorer. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get Emma back in here. Well, hello!
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, nor do I.
Probably can't record on this for an hour.
My question is, where the hold on, talk.
Yes.
Oh, so you are coming from my computer. Okay, I'm sorry. I was getting confused because it's disconnected from... Oh, fuck. It's disconnected from my, my thing. You know the thing? Yeah. Hold on, where am I? Alright, whatever. Alright. Sure, it was in his best interest to make Tom feel comfortable, but there was nothing physical stopping it. Stopping Tord from walking away right now, despite Tom's request. Sir, are you all right? A voice asked. Tord looked up from the floor to see a blond man staring back at him. Ah, the medic. So the medic is blonde?
I thought he was brown-haired.
Me too. I'm just fine, medic. I'm just fine, medic. Tord rolled his eyes. Sorry, sir. You seemed very out of it, so to speak. It is my job to make sure everyone around here is healthy, physically and mentally, the medic declared. No offense, medic, but being near you has done nothing to improve my sanity. Tord sighed. Well, that kind of thing does take time, I suppose. Is there anything on your mind, sir? The medic asked. Nothing. Nothing I'd like to share with you. Tord scowled. Sorry, sir. Things have just been very tense around here lately. I'm trying to make sure everyone stays in good spirits. The medic shrugged. I told you. I'm perfectly fine, medic. Now go back to your post or something. I don't know. I would if I could, sir. While we were boarding up some of the windows, Paul accidentally boarded up my door to the infirmary. The medic explained. Ah, yes, accidentally. Tord chuckled. Ugh, he'll never forgive me. He'll never forgive me, the medic whispered. Did I say Paul or Patrick?
Probably Patrick.
It said Paul, accidentally. Okay, I don't know. The medic whispered under his breath. Despite his best efforts to hide what he said from the leader, he still heard him. He will eventually, Tord suggested. No, he won't. No, he won't. And he shouldn't, the medic sighed. What? I was careless. Patrick could have died, and it was because I couldn't double-check a stupid bandage. I don't deserve to be forgiven. There were many injuries that day. I'm sure you were stamped with work. If you had no time to check, you had no time to check. And that's the end of it. Tord shrugged. Still. The medic frowned. Oh no, the medic's getting deprezzled.
Oh god.
Oh no, the medic's getting deprezzled. Not the...
He's gonna kill himself.
Oh god. Don't kill yourself, medic.
Probably is.
Oh my god. Alright. Honestly, I think Paul is a huge baby about this whole thing. So what if Patrick almost died? Big deal. He's fine now. Tord laughed. Okay. Fight me. Just kidding. Don't fight me. I'd probably die. Oh no.
I'm very strong. And it hurts when I slap.
Oh lord. Alright, hold on.
And I'm not even hitting them that hard. I'm like doing a light slap. You see, it hurts.
Alright.
Either I'm very strong or they're very weak.
Alright, listen to this. Sir, I'm not sure if you've noticed this yet, but Paul cares for Patrick. A lot. In fact, you'll think I haven't noticed? Listen, I've known those two for a long time, long before I even had the thoughts of becoming a leader of an army. They've always been like that. Seriously, I've never seen so much romantic tension between two people. Tord was hysterical. Then you should understand why Paul's so mad at me. Medic, I can't really help you here. I'm not like Paul or Patrick. I don't get attached to people. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? I don't let emotions cloud my judgment, Tord explained. Really? No offense, sir. But tell me, what's the first thing you're going to do once we turn Tom back to normal? The medic asked, doubtful.
Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him till he dies. Alright. Fuck him to death. Oh! Listen to this, alright? The medic asked, a doubtful look on his face. But, easy. Kill him. I meant kill. Fraudship.
Oh.
Freudian slip. Tord blushed profusely. Sir, do you even know what Freudian ship is? The medic chuckled nervously. It's when you might mispronounce something, right? Tord asked. Sure, let's go with that. The medic honestly didn't have the guts to tell the leader that what friendship really meant was at that point. What does it mean?
I don't know.
I'm confused. Anyways, as I was saying, what's your point? What?
Probably means something about sex.
Probably. Anyways, as I was saying, what's your point? Tord sighed. Sir, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but I believe we're getting a little too close to Tom, the medic explained. I am aware of that issue, medic. However, I can promise you that I have control and I have everything under control. If it becomes a major issue, then I should be able to easily separate myself from him. Tord crossed his arms. The point is, sir, you have...
How it works.
I know. The point is, sir, you have a connection with Tom whether you realize it or not. And I guarantee you that if Tom had been in Patrick's place, you would have executed me by now. What? Oh, I see what he means.
I'm befuddled.
So basically, Patrick almost died. So if Tom almost died because of the medic, he would be executed.
Oh.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
Is shook. The medic replied. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, Tord argued. Whatever, sir. The medic frowned and began walking away. And where exactly are you going, medic? Tord growled. I'm going to set things right, he replied, walking back down the hallway. Tord couldn't believe what just happened. The medic had just argued with him. The medic never argued with him. Not just that. But to think he'd have the nerve to accuse him of actually caring for Tom. Never. What?
He's getting the balls.
He's getting the balls. His balls have finally dropped. Alright. Never. Tord growled and went back to leaning against the wall, impatiently tapping his foot. Seriously, how long did it take them to interview a child? The researcher was normally dependable on any given day, so Tord simply wrote it off as her being thorough. A rough stench suddenly reached Tord, making him want to vomit. Oh, God, what is that? Tord quietly asked himself. He followed the scent down the hallway. The scent grew stronger until Tord had been led to his own office. There was a rotten pineapple on the floor in front of his office. Oh, God. Tord made a mental note to execute whoever was in charge of cleaning the place next time he saw them. No, Tom's dead, for real. Oh, God. What?
My kid killed his dad.
Oh, no. The man that killed his dad.
My shotgun.
Tord hardly wanted to touch the thing. It was disgusting. Tord made sure that there was no one nearby and decided to make a method of cleaning he had learned from Matt years ago. He carefully pushed the rotten remains of pineapple under a chair with his foot, silently praying that no one would find it. Mr. Tord? Mr. Tord? Tord heard Tom shout. Tord quickly ran back to the researcher's office. An angry-looking Tom stood in front of it. Sorry, there was an emergency, Tord lied. Still, you promised, Tom pouted. Well, now I promise that won't happen again, Tord chuckled. He looked up from Tom to see a researcher, a horrified look on her face. Red Leader, sir, may I have a word with you? She stuttered. Sure. Tord was very confused at this point. The researcher was normally such a calm and collected woman, but what could have shaken her that badly?
Ramen.
What?
Ramen.
Ramen?
Ramen.
Ramen?
Ramen.
Whammon?
Yeah.
Whammon? Oh my God, my shoulder's killing me right now. We've been at this for an hour and 30 minutes. This is and we have like 3 chapters left. I might stop on the next chapter. I don't know. Apologies could mean less, which that chapter would be 28. All right.
Okay.
Tom watched as Caroline and Tord huddled together. She seemed to be frantically explaining something to him, but Tom couldn't hear them. He watched Tord's face fall completely, then immediately change into something more sinister looking. Once the researcher was done, Tord nodded and walked over to Tom. Mr. Tord, is something wrong? You look like you're... Tom was unable to get the rest of the sentence out.
What happened?
Tord had slapped him across the face. The researcher bit her lip and looked back aghast and held back a gasp. While Tom seemed frozen, a red handprint had already begun to form on Tom's face. Tears began slowly forming, and Tom was in complete and utter disbelief. Shut up, you waste of space, Tord growled. Tom said nothing. He couldn't speak or move. He was in shock. Leader? The researcher asked. Take him to a cell. Tord scowled. Yes, sir. The researcher saluted. She carefully took Tom's hand and began leading the frozen boy down the hallway. Mr. Tord? Tom squeaked. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The researcher whispered, holding back tears. Oh, God, my heart. Tord watched them leave. I know. Everyone in the comments are freaking out, too. Alright. Tord watched them leave, and then looking down at the hand he used to slap Tom with, tears began welling in his eyes. Or, technically. I'm a monster. That's all I'll ever be. I don't need anyone. God, I don't even believe myself anymore, Tord cried, clenching his fists. Boy, I will play and fight you and your army. Fight me. You do not touch the Tom. Fight me. I'll have all the Tom fangirls beat your ass. There's probably more Tom fangirls than there are soldiers in your Red Army. I'm just saying. You hurt Tom. I'm gonna beat you up. All right, chapter 28. Apologies could mean less to me. All right, listen to this. Tord stomped down the hallway until he reached the entrance. Paul seemed to be having a heated argument with the medic, while Patrick seemed like he was trying to break it up. It was my fault. It was my fault, Paul. I admit that. So why can't you forgive me? How many times do I have to say I'm sorry? The medic shouted. You don't have to. Save your breath. It doesn't matter how many times you say it. I'll never forgive you, Paul screamed. Caius, please, that's enough. Paul, the medic saved a lot of lives that day. He had a lot on his plate, and it's a miracle that anyone made it out alive, Patrick cried out. Ahem. Tord cleared his throat. All three soldiers looked at him immediately stopped fighting. All three of them stood up straight and began saluting. Oh? Sorry. Sir, Patrick exclaimed. What are you idiots doing now? Tord asked. Nothing, sir. Nothing important. Paul frowned. Sir, is something wrong? You seem a bit down. Patrick asked. Everything is fine. Paul, Patrick, I need to talk to you in private. The medic can temporarily guard the entrance. Sorry. He hit the Tom. He hit the baby. Kick the baby. Don't kick the baby. Kick the baby. I have this old baby doll that I have, and I would just kick it, yelling, kick the baby. The thing's probably going to murder me in my sleep. Oh, God. Alright. The medic was mentally panicking over the thought of actually having to guard something, but simply just nodded and continued to stand at attention. What's up? Paul asked as he followed Patrick and Tord. Listen, the researcher says that the only way for us to turn Tom back to normal is to get them to hate me again, Tord explained. What? No offense, sir, but considering how much Tom likes you right now, that's going to be pretty difficult, Patrick sighed. Huh, I guess bonding with him actually backfired on us, Paul laughed. Ugh. Yes, apparently it had. Apparently it did. Anyway, I need your assistance, Tord began. What can we do? Patrick asked. Well, what could you do to get him to hate me? Tord asked. I honestly have no idea, Paul shrugged. Really? Come on, you have to give me something, Tord sighed. Sir, when it comes to torture, we're more than a little inexperienced, Patrick explained. Oh my God, my throat is starting to hurt. It's because I've been talking for the past hour and 30 minutes. Yay. Great. I guess I'm on my own then, Tord scowled. Hey, where is Tom anyways? Paul asked. I had the researcher take him to a cell, Tord replied. Wow, and he doesn't hate you yet? Paul chuckled in disbelief. Apparently not. He's probably in shock right now. Hey, is the storm getting worse? Tord asked. Everyone stayed silent for a moment, listening to the rain outside. It was much louder than before, and thunder could be heard in the distance. That's it! Oh, wow. It sounds like there's a hurricane out there, Patrick chuckled. I'll be right back, Tord exclaimed, running back down the hall. Looks like someone's in a hurry. Hurricane! Ha!
Oh, God.
Paul, what if he ends up going too far? What do you mean? Tom's our enemy. I know that. Still, he's just a kid. Right now he is. Look, I like the kid too, but it's Red Leader's decision, and there's nothing we can do about it. Paul shrugged. Everyone's freaking out in the comments. I guess, Patrick sighed. Hey, while the meat shield is taking over for us, want to go raid the mess hall? Paul grinned. Sure, Paul. Patrick smiled. Oh my god, I was about to say, if my mic wasn't on, I was gonna freak. Because I'm already I'm not even halfway done with this fucking chapter. Alright. There's that spirit I was looking for. Paul laughed, putting his arm around Patrick playfully. Patrick blushed and let Paul lead him to the mess hall. Meanwhile, Tord stomped down the stairs to the basement where he kept the cells. He was a little irritated once he saw that the researcher had put Tom in the cell closest to the stairs. If Tom ever found a way to break out, he'd have an easy escape route. Mr. Tord! Mr. Tord! Tom shouted, squinting in the darkness. Hello, Thomas. Tord replied coldly. Thomas? Mr. Tord? Why? Why did you hit me? Why did you tell Caroline to put me in this scary place? Why are you calling me Thomas? Tom asked. Caroline? Whoops. Look, I don't have to answer to you. Tord growled. Why are you being so mean, Mr. Tord? Tom sniffled. Tord was thankful for the lack of light. Otherwise, Tom would have seen the broken look on his face. Garbage shouldn't be treated as such. Tord chuckled in a dark tone. What? Garbage? Tom sounded scared. You heard me, Tord replied. Before Tom could get another word out, the sound of thunder filled the room. Ah, how can I hear it? Tom screamed. Tord had purposely left the door to the basement open so that the sound of thunder could make its way down to the cells. I'm glad to hear it worked. Tord mumbled, Mr. Tord, help! Please, I'm scared. Tom cried, gripping onto the bars. Tord could see Tom a little better now. He was standing right behind the bars as expected. Tom had tears running down his face and dripped on the concrete below him. Tord had to physically bite on his own tongue to keep him from showing any emotion in front of the frightened child. Tord tore his eyes off Tom for a second, effectively keeping him from crying out. Tord's eyes spotted something sitting on the ground. He walked over to it, picking it up, holding it so Tom could see through the darkness. Did you drop this? Tord asked. Tommy Bear! You found him! Thank you, Mr. Tord! Tom cheered, trying to reach for the bars, grabbing him from Tord. I don't think so. Tord sighed. What? Tom was horribly confused. Tord looked down at the bear in his hands. He had an idea. A horrible, malicious idea. But could he do it? Tord was admittedly scared, an emotion he never thought he'd feel again. He looked up at Tom, thinking back to the day of the incident, the day Tord had lost everything thanks to Tom. He decided to use these terrible thoughts to push him through what he was about to do. I know what he's about to do.
Tord, why?
Tord, no.
Why start crying?
Oh, God. I know, I feel like I'm gonna start crying, too.
You're not an easy person to break, either.
I know. I'm really easy to break, actually. Tord rested his robotic hand on top of Tommy Bear's head, gently petting it while looking at Tom. Tell me, Thomas, what about this bear do you love so much? Tom asked. Well, Tommy Bear has always been there for me. Everyone around me always seems to change. But Tommy Bear, he's always been the same. He's always there. He's always by my side, Tom explained, temporarily forgetting about his current situation. Very interesting. Tord nodded. He increased his grip on Tommy Bear's head. Hey, careful, Mr. Tord, you're hurting him, Thomas shouted. Tord glared at Tom, quickly twisting his hand so that it seemed he had snapped Tommy Bear's neck. Tommy's bare head fell to the ground, stuffing trailing behind it. Tord was still clutching onto Tommy Bear's body. Oh, God. Huh. Whoever stitched that on there must be really bad at what they do. Tord chuckled. Tommy Bear! Tom screeched, shaking the bars. Here, you can have them. I think Mom heard me. Oh, God. Tord bent down and picked up Tommy Bear's head, chucking it into Tom's cell along with the body. Tom ran over to the bear's discarded pieces, letting out small noises, and tugged at Tord's heartstrings. He's gone! You killed Tommy Bear! Please, Mrs. Tord, stop being so mean. Tommy Bear's gone now. I don't want to lose you, too. Tom sobbed. I already told you. I don't have to answer to you. I don't have to answer to a waste of space. Tord hissed, stomping back up the stairs, trying to tune out Tom's wailing. Oh, God. He thought about leaving the door open so that Tom had no choice but to listen to the thunder, but he decided he had broken the boy enough for one night, and closed it. Tord stared at the basement door for a while, falling to his knees. This is what you wanted. Stop feeling bad for him. Oh, wait, hold on. That's Tord talking. This is what you wanted. Stop feeling bad for him. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm so sorry. Tord whined. Needless to say, tears managed to break through his emotional barrier. The emotional barrier Tord has so carefully put up. Red Leader? A red soldier who was passing by asked. You're not a waste of space, Tom. I am. Tord whispered, pressing his forehead against the door. Red Leader, are you all right? The red soldier asked again. Tord quickly stood up and turned around, not even bothering to wipe away the tears. You there! Go get the seamstress! Tord shouted. Seamstress? You mean the chick who made all of our uniforms? What for, sir? The red soldier was curious. Are you questioning a direct order? Tord growled. No, sir. Sorry, sir. I'll get her for you. The soldier quickly saluted before running to get the seamstress. Tord sighed and snuck back down to the basement. Tord was surprised to see Tom had actually cried himself into sleep. In such a small amount of time. Tord grabbed the keys from the cell off the nearby shelf and quietly unlocked the door. He managed to pry Tommy Bear's pieces out of Tom's hands without waking him up. Tord put his non-robotic hand on top of Tom's head. It'll all be better in the morning, Tom. I promise. Tord smiled, leaving Tom's cell. You know what? Oh my God, that's so cute. You know what? I'm going to continue reading because I want to know what happens next.
So do I.
Because, oh my God, my heart. And I have to know what happens next. Like, it's one of those stories, you know? Like, they just leave you on a cliffhanger and you're like, is shook. Chapter 29, Regrets Galore. Tom woke up on the concrete floor of his cell, head pounding. Memories of the night came flooding back to him, making him want to burst into tears. Tom looked down, expecting to see Tommy Bear's discarded pieces in his arms. Instead, however, Tommy Bear had sat in his arms, looking as if nothing had happened. Tommy Bear! Oh, Tom cooed, hugging Tommy Bear tighter than ever before. Careful, you don't want to ruin the stitches. Oh, God. Oh, wait, no, hold on. That's not Tord. Careful, you don't want to ruin the stitches. A soft voice chuckled. Tom looked up from Tommy Bear to see a woman standing outside his cell. Who are you? Tom asked hesitantly. The woman chuckled and waved. Hi, Tom. I'm the seamstress. I'm the seamstress, she greeted. What's your real name? Tom asked. The whole title thing was just ridiculous to him. Catherine. So there's Catherine, Coraline, Dave, and what was the... Catherine, Coraline, Dave. It was another very fancy name. I forgot what it's called, though.
So did I.
Darn. Why are you here? Tom began slowly backing away from the bars, still a little wary of people after what happened. Don't worry, little one. I come in peace, she laughed. What does that mean? Why aren't you the curious one? You see, Tom, I am the one who makes all of the uniforms you've seen people wearing around the base, so I consider myself quite handy when it comes to needle and thread. In fact, I was the one who fixed your bear for you, the seamstress explained. Why? Tom suddenly became aware of how many questions he was asking and admittedly became a little embarrassed. I'm not allowed to say, the seamstress shrugged. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh my god, I want to turn... Oh, okay. I have these Christmas lights strewn about my room, my workroom, and I want to turn them on and turn off the lights and turn on my camera and show y'all how pretty it is. Are you okay with that?
I don't care.
Alright, hold on. I'm gonna turn on my camera. Hello. I'm gonna turn on the lights first and then, oh my gosh, and then turn off the lights, there's one part done. I need to clean my room, and there's the other. Yes, it's so pretty, so pretty. Alright, you want to see? Alright, hold on, let me get my... And at the same time, you'll be able to see me. Or if I just... Ta-da! I know, right? I mean, look at that. I am pretty beautiful. Thank you for asking. Alright. I just died. Alright.
It's so hot in here.
Oh, I know. I have my fan on this medium. So it's Alright. The seamstress shrugged. Oh. Tom had a distraught look on his face. Is something wrong? Did I stitch something incorrectly? The seamstress panicked. Oh, no! Sorry, Tommy Bear's fine. Thank you for fixing him, but... Tom trailed off. But? Mr. Tord did this. He was the one who hurt Tommy Bear. Why did he do that? Tom sniffled. I don't know. The seamstress shrugged, playing dumb. He's been so mean lately. What?
Why don't they just go back to the magic shop and ask for a cure?
Because that's not how it works! That isn't how it works.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Matt and Ed were talking about getting a cure for them when they got back to the magic shop.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Tord isn't thinking right because he's an ass hat.
He is.
He's an ass hat. Alright. Don't cry, little one. I'm sure everything will get better soon, she smiled. Tom clutched Tommy Bear even tighter in his hands, a determined look on his face. No, not this time, he mumbled. What was that? The seamstress asked. Not this time. I hate Mr. Tord. I hate him. Oh, Lord. Tom screamed, tears pouring down his face in a familiar fashion. Tom suddenly began glowing, his shape beginning to change slightly and grow. Oh, dear. The seamstress stuttered. Before her stood Tom, an adult Tom. Upon changing, Tom passed out, Tommy Bear landing next to him. The seamstress sprinted up the stairs, frantically looking around for her leader. Tord had already begun walking towards the cells that morning. He had made up his mind, and the night before, after hearing Tom cry himself to sleep, he was going to release him. Tord just couldn't do it anymore. He couldn't watch Tom suffer anymore, at least not in this current form. He was going to release Tom and pray that Matt and Ed would find him. Then they could change him back using some alternative method or something like that. Tord really didn't care what they did with him. He was happy as long as they kept him away from getting hurt in any way. Tord's thoughts were interrupted by the seamstress running towards him, flailing her arms and screaming, Get the hold of yourself, seamstress. What's wrong? Did you sew Tom's bear as I requested correctly? Tord asked. Yes, sir. However, there's some complications. The seamstress chuckled nervously. Define complications, Tord growled. Not with the bear. Just, I think you need to see it for yourself. Seriously? This isn't something you can tell me while we're standing here? I could. It's just that I'm a little worried about how you'll react. The seamstress admitted. That makes no sense whatsoever. But fine, whatever. If it'll get you to stop freaking out. What?
If I was Tord, I'd probably guess what would happen.
Yeah, me too. Tord rolled his eyes. The seamstress nodded and slowly began leading him to the stairs to the basement, down the stairs to the basement, a worried look on her face. Tord was able to see much better this time around since someone, probably the seamstress, had lit some candles within the dark place. His first instinct was to look at Tom's cell, but he quickly regretted it. He stared in complete shock at Tom's original form, passed out on the floor of his cell. He couldn't release him now. Had he released Tom while he was in his younger form, he could have used some excuse. For example, Tom could have managed to squeeze himself through the bars or something. Now any excuse Tord could possibly use sounded more than a little far-fetched. Red Leader, sir, should we get the Ripper? The seamstress quietly asked. The Ripper? He was a truly horrible man. If he could even be called that anymore. Tord was the one who normally tortured the prisoners, but for extreme cases, Tord would stand off the side and call upon the Ripper for assistance. I know! Tord fought back to when he first imprisoned Tom. Originally had planned only to allow Paul and Patrick to know about Tom, but more than a few soldiers knew about him in his situation. According to the seamstress, the news had gone to the Ripper as well, and he was just dying to rip into Tom. Tord managed to calm himself down long enough to give the seamstress an answer. This is what Tord had wanted. And perhaps now that Tom was back to normal, Tord would be able to watch him suffer in peace.
No, Tord
Yes.
won't be able to.
Yes. I know. Yes. Go retrieve him. Tord managed to croak out. Yes, sir. The seamstress nodded in agreement and ran off to go find the Ripper. Oh, lordy. Tord simply stood in front of Tom's cell, still mentally arguing with himself. He decided to distract himself by visually examining Tom to see whether or not he had been harmed during the change. Tom's clothes fit him normally now, and aside from passing out, the change didn't seem too harmful. However, Tord couldn't really see his face, so he couldn't really make any assumptions. Tord grabbed the cell keys off a nearby shelf and locked Tom's cell, walking in and kneeling down next to Tom. He carefully turned him over, desperately trying not to wake him up. Fortunately, there didn't seem to be any wounds. Tord quickly felt the back of Tom's head. The stitches were in the exact spot. Tord made a mental note to compliment the medic on his work later. Tord couldn't take his eyes off of Tom's face. He did look older. His once rosy cheeks had long since faded away and were replaced with slight bags under his eyes? Yeah, sure. Anyways, even... Yeah, if you can even call them eyes, more like dark voids.
I actually saw someone making like a thing of it, and it's just black hole.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Someone has. It's pretty funny. Alright. Anyways, even though Tom looked older, he still had this strange childlike feeling surrounding him. He was cute whenever he slept, Tord found himself thinking. Tord quickly shook his head and tried to get rid of these thoughts, but wasn't successful. He noticed that Tom had began looking extremely uncomfortable, mumbling something under his breath. Tord had seen this before. Tom only ever did this when he was having a nightmare of some sort. Tord quickly grabbed Tommy Bear and placed him down on Tom's chest, effectively calming him down. Even as an adult, you find some way to still look cute, Jehovah. Oh, so cute. Tord chuckled, leaning over and kissing Tom's forehead. Tord was slightly hating himself. Red Leader? A voice Tord recognized as the seamstress chimed in. Tord looked up and saw her standing in front of the cell next to a tall man wearing a black uniform. Red Leader.
Oh God.
Oh no! Red Leader, the man greeted, his voice low and gravelly. Reaper. Tord nodded.
Reaper.
It's either Reaper or Ripper. I can't tell.
I think it's River.
Yeah. A lump growing in his throat. Oh, last chapter for the night. Ripped. Does that mean Tom's gonna die?
Well, it's probably not because it's Tom Tord fan fiction.
Okay. Chapter...
Not in that yet.
Yeah. Chapter 30. Tom slowly opened his eyes, his vision blurry and every bone in his body hurting. He instinctively tried to sit up, but found he wasn't able to. He quickly realized that he was strapped down to a metal table, causing him to panic. I wouldn't struggle if I were you. I wouldn't struggle if I were you. The more you struggle, the tighter the straps become. The tighter I make the straps. Explodes. A voice chuckled maliciously. Tom looked over to see a tall man dressed in black, examining a knife he had clutched in his hands. Who are you? Where am I? Tom growled. Calm down. Tell me, what is the last thing you remember? The man asked. Ha! Why would I tell you? Tom smirked. I simply love it when they ask that. The man sighed. He casually walked over to the metal table with a sheet covering it and grabbed the sheets and yanked it off, revealing multiple medical tools and other torture devices. Oh, that's why. Tom whispered to himself. Need I say more? The man glared at Tom. Fine, I'll tell you. Well, that was disappointing. I didn't even have to do anything. Fuck you too. The man shrugged. Tom's brain went into overdrive, desperately trying to bring back his last memory. I was in the magic shop with my two friends when I think a glass bottle fell on me. I don't know. That's all I can remember, Tom sighed. Interesting. The man nodded. Who are you? Tom tried to ask again. The man walked over to where Tom was, towering over him. He rolled up one of Tom's pant legs and pulled out a knife, making a deep gash in Tom's leg. Oh, God! No! Oh, I can't do this. Oh, God, I can't do this. But I have to. Tom managed to hold back a scream, but just barely. The Ripper. They call me the Ripper around here. Some call me Jack, but we tend not to use real names around here. Okay. I probably just woke my mom up, so she's probably gonna burst in. Oh God, it's already been 2 hours. But we tend not to use real names around here, the Ripper replied. Tom was about to make a joke about Jack the Ripper, but was cut off by yet another slice of his leg. Meanwhile, Tord stood in the far corner of the torture room, watching the scene unfold in front of him. Tom was too focused on the Ripper and the pain he was causing him to even notice the Norwegian man. Tord had asked the Ripper not to go too far this time, but Tord knew that the Ripper's definition of too far and his own definition of too far were very different. Where am I? Tom stuttered out between cuts. Tord's heart wanted to break, Tom remembering nothing. Tord knew he would be glad, but that he was saved from any unnecessary embarrassment. But some part of him wanted Tom to remember him, the good parts of him. That's not important. What's important is that you know what is going to happen to you, now that you're here. The Ripper chuckled, answering Tom's earlier question. What? Tom asked. You're going to be sliced, beaten, bruised. Long story short, you will suffer as long as you live while you're here. The Ripper explained, slicing into Tom's leg once more. Tom was silently freaking out. Was this guy serious? Well, I hope you know that a few cuts isn't going to hurt me. Tom managed to laugh. I know. The Ripper opened a cabinet and pulled out a jar of something. Salt!
Oh, God.
Oh, God. He should have just brought out lemons. He slowly sprinkled it onto Tom's lacerations, making the pain drag on as long as the Ripper slowly added more. He then began to dig the knife into Tom's leg, connecting the slashes and creating intricate I can't English tonight. Yeah, intricate patterns along the now mangled limb. Tom began screaming. Stop! Stop! Tom screamed. The Ripper took his blade and cut the roll of his pants off, giving him access to more of his leg. Oh, don't be a baby. Oh, kinky. Kinkies. Oh, don't be a baby. I'll have David clean you up after I'm done here. Then we can start all over again. The Ripper laughed. Help! God, someone help! Mr. Tord! Anyone! Tom shouted. Tom was in so much pain that he couldn't even hear the words coming from his own mouth, nor did he have time to question them. Tord, however, was horrified with the Ripper's actions, so much that he didn't even notice the Ripper's random use of the medic's real name. And Tom's pleas for help had only made it worse for Tord. Ripper, that's enough, Tord growled. The Ripper turned around, a horrified look on his face, a blood-covered knife in his hand. Are you sure, Red Leader? I can do much more. I mean, you have been patiently waiting for your revenge. Why not do it now? The Ripper suggested. I said that's enough. Tord tried to seem intimidating, but it was a little difficult with the extreme height difference. With the extreme height difference. The Ripper was by far the tallest man Tord had ever met. I see. You want to crack at it yourself, sir? Go right ahead. You deserve it after what he did to you. The Ripper saluted, wiping down the knife and putting it in his pocket. He nodded and left, his usual stoic expression slowly but surely returning. Wait. Tord? Tom mumbled, dizzy from blood loss. Tom! Tord shouted, tears beginning to form. Tord quickly ran over to the cabinet, pulling out a dusty first aid kit that the Ripper had never used. He grabbed a bunch of different medical supplies from the kit and ran to patch up Tom's wounds. What's happening? How are you alive? Where am I? Tom barely managed to squeak out. Shh, Tom, you've lost a lot of blood. You need to save your energy, Tord whispered. Tord didn't have nearly as much medical experience as the medic, but he still had some. Enough to help Tom out at least. My phone is overheating like suffering. Feels like lava. Oh my gosh, I'm unplugging it real quick. I'm gonna turn on my fan. Why is my fan off? No wonder it's so freaking hot.
I can't turn on my fans. It's too loud.
Oh, darn. My fan goes... Yeah. Alright, back to what we were reading. He looked up at Tom and noticed that Tom was starting to go in and out of consciousness. Tord ran out of the room to get the stream and saw the seamstress walk by. Oh, hello, Red Leader, the seamstress smiled. Go get the medic, Tord yelled. The seamstress was caught off guard and began shaking a bit. Yes, sir, but, he's guarding the entrance for Paul and Patrick, and Paul and Patrick haven't come back yet, so then take his place, Tord hissed. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir, the seamstress stuttered, breaking into a full sprint towards the entrance. Tord retreated back into the room and kept an eye on Tom. He ran towards the table and unstrapped him. Tom groaned, clearly still in pain. Tom, are you all right? Tom, stay with me! Tord began panicking. Tom could barely hear Tord. His hearing was muffled, and he was starting to grow lightheaded. Tord began hugging Tom and crying, even though in the back of his mind he knew Tom would be perfectly fine. He has seen weaker people survive much worse. What's wrong, Mr. Tord? Oh, God, my heart, Tom muttered, clearly unaware of his own words and actions. Tord pulled away from the hug and blushed profusely. Hearing Tom say that nickname as a child was one thing. He was used to it, but it was just odd, for the lack of a better word. Red Leader, is everything all right? The seamstress came running down. She seemed very... Oh my God, is that Tom? The medic gasped as he practically kicked down the door. You just hear, oh my God, is that Tom? Kicks down the door. Oh my God, is that Tom? Kicks down the door. How did you see him through the door? I have no idea. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, and I'm afraid the Ripper went too far. Tord sighed, motioning towards the mentally confused Tom. Oh, hi, David. Oh, hi, David. Tom waved. The medic walked over to Tom and inspected the bandages Tord had wrapped over Tom's wounds. Nicely done, Red Leader. However, this is just a little too loose. Let me tighten it for you. The medic mumbled. Does it really matter how tight the bandages are? Does it really matter how tight the bandages are? Tord asked. It does, trust me, the medic sighed. Oh God, I'm dying, my heart. Oh God. I'm so glad I read till chapter 30. Like, oh my God.
I know.
I'm sure he'll be fine. He's tough. Oh, I'm sure he'll be fine. He's tough. Tord whispered to himself. What was that, sir? Nothing. Nothing at all. Tord chuckled. The medic moved a bandage out of the way and looked at Tom's injuries. Is that salt? I'm afraid so. Well, in that case, sir, would you mind if I took him to the infirmary for this? I have to clean the wounds. The medic explained. That's fine by me. Tord agreed. Thank you, sir. And no offense, but I don't get why you let that monster do anything around here. The medic shuddered, referring to the Ripper. He is useful at times, not to mention he is the brother of the seamstress. Nice
English.
I know, right? Seamstress. What? But she seems so nice, the medic pouted. Look, are you going to take him to the infirmary or not? Tord rolled his eyes. Yes, sir. However, I might need some help carrying him. Carrying him? Tord asked. The medic pointed to where Tom had previously been sitting. Tom passed out from blood loss. Yes, sir. I'm not the strongest soldier, sir. The medic apologized. It's fine. Also, I need you to do something.
It's not apologizing every 5 minutes now. 5 seconds.
Oh, true. Oh, fuck. Ah! I didn't know my button could do that. I'm sorry. I'm pressing the space bar and it's like turning on and off my camera. So I'm having a little too much fun. Alright. Why is not my faneth of the on? Right, I turned the light off because I'm a retard. Okay. Whatever. Whenever the Ripper decides he wants to rip into Tom, I need you to be stationed out just in case things get bad. Tord finished. What? Sir, I'm not sure if I mentioned to this. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but Jack terrifies me. He's twice my size. The medic squeaked. Jack? The Ripper. Sorry, sir. He just told me to call him Jack, and that he thought I was, you know what? Never mind. Oh, he thought he was a girl.
So did we.
Yeah.
So did I.
So did you. I knew it was a guy. Never mind. The point is, sir, he seriously creeps me out. Too bad. I gave you an order. Tord glared at the medic. Yes, sir. The medic saluted solemnly. Glad we're on the same page. Tord chuckled. Tord picked up Tom bridal style and began following the medic to the infirmary. The medic took a look at him at one point and saw that his leader was only focused on Tom. His face similar to someone who just saw a ghost. Maybe the researcher does have to update her relationship chart, the medic whispered to herself. What was that? Tord asked. Nothing. Alright, guys. That is the end of the chapter. Haha. Hold on. Alright, guys, that's it for now. Haha, suffer. Peace, peeps. I love you all. Ish. Bye.